Tanduay. De La Cruz shot 6 points, Sanchez 2, and Yango 2 for only 10 points. That's a plus 20 for Magnolia. So really the point guards of Magnolia, Pumaren and Harencio have been scoring.
We start the third quarter with Tanduay Makers combination composed of Padim Israel, Sanchez, Mon Fernandez, Torrentes back on the floor, and Hubalde. And a fast break. We have the first basket coming from Reyes.
And the first 2 points from the break for Magnolia. That was Hec Calma to Elmer Reyes. The first 2 in the ball game. So remember, Norman Black in the dugout must have really told his boys, come on, you gotta start running.
Good defense applied by Kidaben. He's playing with 3 personal fouls. Does not get the basket.
Oh, Freddy Ubalde, very clear. Foul, Graves.
The foul is going to go against Ubalde and the combination of Norman Black. Of course, there's Kidaben. Almario is back in the floor. Reyes, Graves, and Calma. It's a 1-point lead being enjoyed by Magnolia. They trailed by 1 during the half, and now you've got a hit coming from Kidaben. A predicament here, partner, on the backcourt combination of Tanduay Makers. Personal fouls trouble.
That's right. Torrente has 3 and Ocho de la Cruz has 4. And Willie Generalao is down to the flu. So that's something that Magnolia can exploit. Actually, the last 2 minutes, they went into full court press and they were able to cut that 6-point lead of Tanduay to only 1. And right now, 4-0 blast by them, and they have a 3-point lead.
61-58 for Magnolia Ice Cream. It is Torrente trying to disengage. But even a pump back again to Torrente, knocked away from him by Reyes.
Right, overpassing that time by Tanduay. Luckily, though, they were able to get that back.
Open is Hubalde. That's a long one for him, and his first basket. He had nothing during the first half. So Hubalde trying to get his feel, trying to get the range, and when he gets going, potentially during the past 3 games, he's been averaging 15 points, 2 rebounds, and 2 assists. That will be his second personal foul. Second team foul against the Tanduay Makers. It's a 1-point Magnolia lead, 61-60. Jump shot from Kidaben.
Okay, this is the same starting 5 for Norman Black when he started the game. And some coaches like to do that. They've got their own 5 players that they want to play all the time at the start of the first quarter, at the start of the second quarter, third quarter, and so on. Well, the reason for that, Pingo, is that they're used to playing, even in scrimmages, that's what they practice. That same 5 plays all the time together as a team, so they have more teamwork.
Well, Hubalde got away, hit from the inside, under the basket. Going to come up from 21 feet. Almayo scrambles, pick up the loose ball. Here he comes, works the baseline. Juan Fernandez on Kidaben. He will challenge. That foul is going to go against Reyes.
Would have had a 3-1 fast break going for them.
Torrente moving without the ball, being chased by Calma. Time is 9:34. We are in the third quarter. The foul is going to go against. Oh, this is going to hurt Norman. That'll be his 4th personal foul, and he's got the palm of his hand on his forehead. Jump shot from Padim. Back rim shot. Knocked away by Sanchez, going to Mon Fernandez.
You know, Mon didn't take that shot right away. He wanted to fake Abet off and try to get Abet into committing his 5th personal, but Abet didn't fight. Actually, Tonichi Ituri played good minutes while he was on court, quality minutes, so maybe Norman might try him again for Abet.
Maybe no choice.
Well, that time it was Vic Sanchez's foul.
That'll be his 4th personal foul. Blocking foul is going to go against Sanchez, sending Kidaben to the line, playing with 4 personal fouls. Magnolia at this point with 9 and 8 here in the third, trailing by 1 point.
So Vic Sanchez is in foul trouble too with 4. Torrente has 4 and De La Cruz has 4.
Abet Kidaben, the most fouled player from Magnolia. Prior to this afternoon's game, took 26 attempts, knocked in 24 for a 92% average.
You know, partner, this 89% shooting average from the free throw line for Magnolia is very high. Unlike in that first conference when they were averaging, I'd say about 60% only.
The matchup is still between Kidaben and Mon Fernandez. Tanduay by 1.
So Coach Norman Black is taking a gamble right now, leaving Gidabin in the ball game because Abet has 4 personal fouls, and I'm sure Mon Fernandez will try to get that 5th personal from him.
That'll be the second personal foul against Vadim Israel. Nice shot from the outside coming from Graves. That'll be his 10th point. Made his first 8 during the first quarter. He's also pulled down 5 rebounds, 2 and 3. Vadim on a turnaround shot.
Nice turnaround by Padim, and he's got a bonus. Graves did foul him on the elbow there.
You know, while Padim Israel only knocked in his 4th point, now looking for a 3-point play, there is Norman biting his lips, worried about Kidabin's 4th personal foul. Padim Israel hits the open man, and then he will work the board. So far, he has pulled down 9 rebounds and has come up with 1 shot.
Right. It's in the rebounds, actually, where he's shining out now. 29 rebounds by Tanduay in the first half, and Padim had a lot of that.
Kidabin had no chance. Here comes Sanchez. He'll take it in hard because Graves was there. Loose ball picked up by Reyes. He's on the run. He will challenge, and he gets the score of Mon Fernandez.
And Mon did want to guard Elmer that close because he might just pick up his 4th personal too.
They go to Hubalde. Shot blocked by Kidabin. Padim Israel. He will continue to attack, and Padim has knocked in 7 points now, 5 right here in the third. Reyes playing with 3 personal fouls. Kidabin with 4. 1 on Graves. On the other hand, for Tanduay, Sanchez with 4 personal fouls. Torrente the same number. 3 each from Hubalde and Mon Fernandez, and Vadim Israel with 2.
Okay, both Sanchez and Gidabin have 4 personals against them, and they're both rested right now by Dignadice and Itoy Esquera.
Sanchez scored 2 points during the first quarter, both from the line, has not scored from the floor, trying to recover from pain and injury because of Achilles heel. Dignadice, a fadeaway shot, air ball. Quickly now, outlet going to Esquera, cross pass to Torrente, taking the point. He's open from the wings. Why not?
Well, that's really the mark of a good ball player. When you're open and you're within shooting range, you've got to take that attempt. Otherwise, the coach is going to yank you out.
Well, Torrente has come up with some good shooting here with 6 points. He's been averaging 10 points per game here in the All-Filipino Conference. Nothing the time from Graves. Tanduay in front by 4. We started the third with the Rum Makers in front by 1. Bounce pass intended for Torrente. Good cover by Calma. Calma did not touch it at all. Dignadice. Reyes from Rainbow Country. Padim. Zigzagging. Israel has taken charge, knocking in 7 points out of his 9 right here in the third quarter. Calma. So far, 2 points only, and that happened during the first quarter. But he creates a lot of opportunities. Dignadice works the baseline, doing a reverse.
Beautiful work, footwork by Ives Dignadice off 3 Tanduay Rum Makers.
Dignadice, prior to today's game, during the past 2 games, he was indisposed 1 game, couldn't play. Has been averaging 15 points per game, and tonight, Dignadice has come up with 4 points. Oh, that could have counted.
And let's see if the foul goes against Ives Dignadice. Yes, it is Dignadice, and that's going to be second personal foul. Well, I feel with Gidabin on the bench, it'll all be, well, be pointing us. We've got a timeout. We'll be back.
The 4-point lead, 75-71. Here is our situation on team fouls. 5 being carried by Magnolia Ice Cream Makers of the 4 of the Rum Makers.
Right, and personal foul trouble. Players in danger are Torrente, De La Cruz, and Sanchez for Tanduay with 4 personals each. Gidabin has 4 personals for Magnolia. Now, Norman Black might opt to bring in again his 2-point guards the way he did the second quarter. He might do that here in the third quarter. He might not wait even for the fourth quarter anymore if Tanduay should start pulling away. Because remember, when both Harencio and Humaran were in the ball game, they really were responsible for that rally, things.
Shot block. That credit is going to go to Mon Fernandez as Reyes thought he was able to get away. But you know, Norman Black has not yet found a guard that can really mark Esquera, because Esquera, prior to today's game, has just been averaging below 8 points per game, and now he has taken over, exploding with 19 points. From the wings, Graves, on the other hand, is the one that you've got to keep an eye on because he's got 12 points. Graves has improved his average of 10 points per game. Cui is now staying glued to Esquera. Opening, Pobalde. Back rim shot.
Oh, that's going to be Torrente's fifth personal foul. Big development here. Turing Valenzuela will have to yank him out of the ball game. Yes, Onchi de la Cruz is coming into the ball game for him. Now, maybe more pressure might be added by Norman Black. He might be putting in his 2-point guards to quicken the tempo of the game also.
So Torrente sits down because of 5 personal fouls, 6 points, 2 offensive rebounds. Good save by Calma. Cross pass to Dice on the outside, drawing out Mon Fernandez, but he pulled the Marco Polo move. We have a turnover. Vadim Israel is going to be rested. Getting a hand from the fans of Tanduay, we have the return of Mamaril, who is the X factor of Tanduay.
And on the other hand, Coach Turing Valenzuela is putting a very tall combination, wanting to control the boards. That's but natural because he really doesn't have any point guards to bring the ball up, so he wants to control the board, doesn't want to give Magnolia a chance to run the break.
Well, here's the matchup. Graves against Mamaril. Ignatius trying to body up on Mon Fernandez, and the franchise with his escape act. He's got 31 scintillating points. There's a cut by Dignadice. He wants it right back on a fadeaway shot. 4 minutes and 24 seconds here in the third quarter. By the way, join us right after this match as we single out our best player awardee. He will be given a gift package from Hills Brothers. Nice hit. Obalde now getting the range. He's come up with 6 points here in the third. Nothing from Reyes. 4 minutes to go. Finding the run makers in front by 6. It is Esquera that's been very, very consistent in the support.
Right, and it's a Tanduay that's controlling the tempo of the game right now. So Coach Norman Black will have to do something, maybe a timeout or some substitutes.
From outside, we have a nice follow-through coming from Cui. His first hit from the floor. Good catch, but he stepped way past the baseline. We have a turnover.
Well, he's got long legs after all.
We have a substitution coming from Norman Black.
Okay, maybe
Harencio back in the floor.
Right, Reyes is taking a rest, and Harencio will play the forward position. Well, actually, a point guard. They're 2-point guards now. So Norman Black, we see, is going back to this combination.
Well, Reyes came up with 5 points here in the third quarter. 3 defensive rebounds. A running shot short, and that's going to be a charging foul, offensive foul against Dignadice. That's what's explained by Norman Black during the Burlington basketball tips during halftime.
Third personal foul for Ives Dignadice.
Quick release from Rainbow Country.
Fourth personal on Ives Dignadice. So both Guidabe and Dignadice now have 4 personals apiece.
And this will force the hand of Norman Black to call for the services of Turi, and Dignadice will be sitting it out. And that last foul called against Dignadice just placed Magnolia in a penalty situation.
Right, we have 3 minutes and a second remaining in the third quarter.
Just on top of the key. Nothing from Obalde. Magnolia trailing by 6 at this point.
Well, this is a chance for Tonichi Ituri to start showing his wares again. For a while, I remember he used to be used as a regular, but not anymore now. But now with Gidabin and Dignadish in foul trouble, this is a chance for Ituri to start shining again, partner.
Both players from the Magnolia squad, 4 personal fouls. They were trying to collapse on Mon Fernandez, who found himself there in the paint. The ball is going to go against Queen. And we have a timeout. Mon Fernandez scored 17 points during the first quarter, adding another 8 during the second, and ended the half with 25. And right now he has scored 7 additional points to his 32. Turi on the outside, drawing Mon Fernandez to him. And we have a turnover, double dribble.
So what Coach Turing Valenzuela cannot do or cannot get from his backcourt combination, he's getting from his taller players now, Fernandez and Mamaril, inside. He's concentrating the play inside the paint.
Ituri on Mon Fernandez, looking for room.
That's traveling by Mon Fernandez. Earlier it was Ituri that traveled. And Mon complaining he got hacked in the neck.
By the way, if you want to unwind, listen to soft music and have a disco ambiance, or watch the PBA games, come to Faces. Open for happy hour. It was started this week, Monday through Friday, from 5 to 8 in the evening, 50% off on drinks. And good canapé. Good appetizers there.
Can't complain.
Enjoy it. I enjoy it. A minute and 28 here in the third. It's a 5-point lead being enjoyed by Tanduay Rum Makers. Pumaran back in the floor.
Oh, De La Cruz picks up his 5th personal foul. How about that?
Well, what happened there was that De La Cruz, trying to disengage from Pumaran, backed off on him and brought down, you can see this, Pumaran on the floor.
And Franz Pumaran, he's got to be given the famous award for that call. Well, he was pushed, but he helped it along. He fell to the floor.
A fadeaway coming from Harencio, almost had it. Last touch on Fernandez.
Good cover there by Tonichi Turi, and Fernandez could not get to the ball. So Israel comes in, and there's no true point guard for Tanduay again. Expect Magnolia to go to that full court press, maybe a little bit later on. That combination, the second quarter of Harencio and Franz Pumaran are in the ball game again, and that's going to be a deliberate foul called on Ito Esguerra.
That'll be his third personal foul. There'll be a warning on Esguerra. Playing such a great shooting game tonight. Magnolia trailing by 5, not anymore. They're getting points from the line, courtesy of Harencio, who scored big 9 points during the second quarter out of his 13. Came up with 1 rainbow shot, looking now for his 17th point, which he succeeds. Full court press,
yes,
as you were anticipating, partner.
the zone press, because really when a team has no point guard to bring down that ball, then you can go to that full court press. But they played it very well. They were able to get the 2 points.
Tremendous offensive execution by the tall players of Tanduay. That's the way to do it. Harencio looks for an opening, knocked away from his hands by Mon Fernandez, taking the point. Good catch by Jobalde.
And Tanduay players probably telling me, so we can play the point, huh?
Yes, they
Well,
can, and they're showing it to you.
Yes, Mon Fernandez knows how to bring up that ball because he's a good assist man, and he's got eyes on the back of his head.
And that's the reason why they're in front by 7 points with 20 seconds to go here in the third quarter. A basket of time from Cui. And Cui so far, 2 points here in the third quarter, but has pulled down 4 rebounds, 3 and 1. It is Esquera.
11 seconds remain here in the third.
Jobalde is aware of the time. The door being closed in by Harencio. Knocked away by Ituri. Time down to 4 seconds. Both squads over the limit. Rum Makers in front by 7. They came in here in the third, just in front by 1. Good catch by Jobalde. What a pass!
What a pass and what an offensive execution.
That's where playing long with a lot of experience. So on the third, we have bigger lead by Tanduay Rum Makers.